with you unless I'm on a series or something like that. So this is going to be a Mishle. Let's go to chapter 22. Commonly referred to as Proverbs. I think everybody here knows that. Man. I'm gonna start at verse 12. Very important. This one verse. Then I'm gonna read down and start what I'm talking about. Five.
22:12.
Go to one.
The eyes of Yahweh shall watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the treacherous. The lazy one says, there is a lion outside. I am going to be murdered in the streets. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. The one denounced by Yahweh falls in there. The one denounced by Yahweh falls in there. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline drives it far from him.
Okay. All right. So stop right there. The verse is verse 15. All of it's told. Especially the one that says there's a lion outside. I'm going to be killed in the streets. It's like, what a lazy person. It's like, that's the condition of our people. Like, there's a lion outside. We're going to just die. It's like, don't do nothing. So that's what we've been talking about. The theme of this service has been like preparation. Who knows that there's a famine coming and doesn't go, well, let's buy all the rice we can. Let's buy all the water. Somebody goes, oh, the famine's coming. We're going to all die. Is my EBT going to still be working? Like, the famine coming. But that's how we act. That's how we act. We got to wisen up. The key term, the key verse that I'm dealing with here is Mishle, chapter 22, verse 15. Folly is bound in the heart of the child, but the rod of discipline drives it far from him. All right? So just briefly, what does that mean to you when you read it? We've all had our general understandings of just that particular verse. Folly is bound up in the heart of the child, but the rod of discipline drives it far from them. Okay?
When a child is being brought up, all he knows is not purposely, they don't know that he's wrong yet. But
Okay.
when you stay on top of them,
Okay.
well, it's supposed to level out.
It's supposed to level out. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm always hard. When a child is born, there's no wisdom. And there is a lot of folly that is natural in him.
Mm-hmm.
But through discipline and teaching, first you got to teach him, and then still might not see the way, so now you got to apply discipline to make the teaching sticks that drive that foolishness from him, that he can become who he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What is your definition of folly or foolishness?
Unproductive behavior.
Unproductive behavior. I like that. Unproductive behavior. All right. Oh. Anyone else? Immature. Okay, immaturity. Okay. All right. All right. Rookie. Okay. All right. As we've all been, right? All right. So the word that's used there for foolishness is ulat, right? All right. Ulat. Interesting word when I read it, because at first I thought that ball would be used for that. I was like, yeah, but when me and the brother was talking about it, I went back and researched it, and I was like, that's an interesting word. So that word ulat is comes from the root ul, aleph, wow, lamed, right? That's the root. Or let me circle it out of the best. The root is ul. Okay. Ul, anybody want to say what that means? Ul. Anybody want to say what that means? Anybody know?
It's like, I've seen it like using context of like being quarrelsome.
Quarrelsome, okay, yeah. Argumentative, doesn't do that, okay? Alright, what is that? Perverse, okay, perverse. So perverseness is bound up in the heart of a child. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm kind of looking at the etymology and other.
Yeah, yeah.
If you look at it, it's if you have a European accent, it'd be evil.
Evil, alright, kind, evil,
Evil.
yeah, evil, yeah. That's all, yeah, oof. That's so. So the word actually, the root of this, it means strong and mighty. Strong and mighty. It means strong will.
Hello,
Hey.
I'm sorry, Assalamu alaikum.
Oh,
Is this bread? Okay, I'm sorry.
it means strong and mighty. It means a strong will, as they say. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that right now. That's the origins of that word. So how does that develop into right, folly being bound up in the heart of a child?
And the child would make it plural.
Hmm?
The child would make it plural.
Ulu, yeah, I guess you can multiply it. Yeah.
Strength. Okay. Strong, strength. So I would say like that a child. How do you say it's too good? It's too good for her. He said something like he did something. They're too good to listen. Something like that. They're too good to listen. Like I see where that word's coming from.
Okay.
Like when a person is supposed to just go ahead and understand and accept wisdom, they're just too good to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up doing something else.
Okay. What is okay?
The word we use today is willful.
Willful.
You got a willful child. I mean, they're gonna do it their way no matter what. They're strong. And that's why you gotta use the rod to get it out of it, because if you're willful about what you're doing, there's a lot of willful children.
Right. Okay. Willful. I like that. Anybody else?
Oh, the word means wheel also, or just strong?
No, it just means strong and mighty. And then of course it means perverse. And,
What's the word?
ulat. Ul is the root, and it means strong and mighty. You'll see that word used for strong man.
So when the child makes a decision, the decision, they put all their strength into that decision, regardless if it's
Okay.
the
Yeah.
wisdom they accept or
Yeah.
whatever their mind want to do.
Right.
They put all their strength into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you ever seen a baby? But they walking towards something dangerous and you go, stop. They just like,
They don't.
They just- because they have a direction that they're going in. And it's like, you have to stop. And then sometimes you gotta put the rod on them, you know, to make them quit.
With children, but depending on what age you're dealing with, because I feel like around 13, the teens is kind of you know, you super know right from wrong. I feel like there's no fear to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So they just, their actions and everything that they do, the decisions are strong and mighty. Because it's like, you know, like even now with my youngest son, he can get in trouble, but he's still not fearful to look.
Oh, free.
You don't.
Stand up. Sit down.
Come
Sit
here,
down.
sit down. You was going here. First thing you see him say, and he can beat and stuff and shit. Come sit down. Alright, come sit down. If I ask you again, you're gonna get about it. Sit down. I'm not gonna talk to you again.
They walk these right on
There you
time.
go. Strong and mighty.
They don't know fear until it really affects them.
Right.
So when it does affect them,
So we have to, sometimes we have to bring the fear. Basically, we have to cause them something or something, an instrument to cause fear, right?
Okay, got you.
Right?
You know, it's like a baby too, because when they grab something, it's like with all their strength.
Right.
That's why they feel so strong when
Right.
they grab it. They be like,
Yep.
"Are you using all your strength for something?"
That's
You know,
right.
that's how they go to a certain matter
Yeah.
because they don't know. They just know, yo, I need to use
That's
all
right.
of
They
this.
use it. They go wholeheartedly.
Okay.
So the word "ul," right? It's like saying they're strong to reject instruction. So this type of mentality is bound up in the heart of a child, right? Right? Connected to, tied to. This type of mentality is tied to the heart of a child. Now, the word for child is
where you going? Sit down.
so the "ul" mentality, right? Is bound to the heart of a child, right? So for child, it uses the word "na'er," right? Na'er, right? Na'er is the word used for a child. Now, na'er, it means youth, but it's masculine.
Come on, you go talk to me.
So this is talking about a young. It's pretty.
Sit down and be quiet.
This is talking about a young son, right? A young son. What's interesting about the word "na'er," right? Man, the Hebrew language is very descriptive, right? So it means youth, it means male. The word, the root, the actual root, which is "na'er," in its simplest form, it means to shake off. To shake off or shake out, and to throw.
By the time they're a youth, from 0 to let's say 12, they've put on so much already for 12 years. Now it's time for you to make sure. No. Oh, let's see. Okay, the duality, vice versa. So now it's time for
What you
them.
think about Imam?
I'm trying to figure out where we are.
Okay,
No.
na'ar, the heart of a child.
Okay.
This is the word for child, right? So bali or ulat is bound in the heart of a child, in the air, which is masculine, right? It's talking about a young male child. The word na'er means youth, child. It also means, in its most simplest form, it means to shake off or to throw.
Be quiet.
Yeah, but that's, child means to shake off.
That's what na'er means.
That's what a near.
Not yellow thing, not air.
That air means to shake off.
Yeah. It means to shake off or to throw.
That's enough.
It's okay. It's okay. Just take him in the back.
I see that. He gotta go. Like he don't listen. I see how it is.
Shalom.
Like you said, a rod.
So to shake off,
To throw. Yeah, shake the air. And to shake off or throw. Why does it mean that, guys? Think.
so they are instrument.
I had to meditate on it for a minute. But then I was like, oh. I'm gonna throw you a hint. They're a na'er in comparison to what?
An adult?
An adult. Right.
So as a child, you have this junk that you come in with this bundle of junk, and as you mature, you cast off your silliness.
Okay.
And you, once you mature.
No.
I
You-
already said that.
I see what you're getting. And that's good. But we have to go. Let's go a little more primitive.
I think with the shake off the throat. When you talk about Nair, and you talk about Yelda or Yeladine, which is children, you have to compare the two words. And see, because the Hebrew language is descriptive, it's trying to tell you what it's talking about.
Okay.
It's telling you the word Nair means to shake off the throat. So you got this child that has to shake off and throw something. What does it have to shake off and throw?
No.
That's what I said.
Not what it's saying.
I already looked at it.
Not what it's saying. Primitive. Think more animalistic. Let's go a little bit more just. It's a youth in comparison to an adult.
So you putting that child to work.
No, it's a youth in comparison to an adult. Let's just say men. How does a man? Where does a child come from?
It comes from the parents.
Come from the parents. But
So
which
that's
parent?
The woman.
Child comes
for
from-
both.
From where does the child come from? Where does the seed come
From the
from?
beginning.
Oh, from the man.
Man.
Right.
Okay.
How?
Oh, from the no, hold up. From hold up. Shake off.
Nair means youth or young man.
Right.
It means a young man. So it's not a child. We're not speaking of a child. We're speaking of a young man
A youth. Listen.
and that's in between that stage.
A youth comes from an adult. Right? Adult is not a youth because he's a full-grown, mature man. How a man gets a youth is that he shakes him off of him
So
Okay.
to throw.
To throw.
So the youth comes from the adult. The Hebrew language is very
wait.
detailed. So just like a woman, the word for female is nakeva. It means a hole or a cistern. It's like the nakar, it means to erect. Zakar means to erect. You gotta erect. So the youth is thrown from the adult,
why'd you say that?
and then the mother catches.
Yeah.
Alright, we okay now, right? Right, okay.
Okay.
The nah, right? I was like, to throw, it's like you put them in position. The man puts the child in position. He sets the child in place to a certain extent by way of targeting them. No different than when we target our children for
Something else.
righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Make an impact. MORAY. We got these words this is a very, so, and then if you look at the other words for it, it just makes it more descriptive. But I like to shake out or to shake off or to throw. I said, oh, and then even when you look up some of the narratives, it talks about the sexual act of how, you know. But I was like, wow. So not air, right?
It's weird though. It's only this ear.
Uh-huh.
The mature ear has to listen.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. We needed to be in, right? It's mature, right? So folly is bound in the heart of an air, right? The youth. It says, but the rod will drive it out, right? So now he tells you that it's bound in this heart of this person.
Wow.
It says, but the rod drives it far from him, or the shebet, right? All right, so that word ulot, right, or ul, is one word. Now, I thought that was a word for fool, right? They say fool, perversion, but really it just means somebody who's strong-willed against correction or order. That's a child, right? Now, I'm going to read another scripture. So, let's go to Tehillim. Let's go to Tehillim 69. Let's go through 1 through 6 first. Because this word ulot is used by Dawid. I just want to let you hear what Dawid's saying.
What?
1 through 6. 69, 1 through 6, which is an excellent chapter. 68 and 69. Love them.
Tehillim, commonly called Psalms chapter 69, verse 1. Save me, O Elohim. Ezra. For waters have come up to my neck. I have sunk in deep mud, and there is no place to stand. I have come into deep waters, and the floods overflow me. I am worn out. I am worn out from my crying. My throat is dry. My eyes grow dim as I wait for my Elohim. Those who hate me without a cause are more than the hairs of my head. They are mighty who would destroy me. They are mighty who would destroy me, my lying enemies. What I did not steal, I restored. O Elohim, you yourself know my foolishness, and my guilt has not been hidden from you.
Stop it there. He said, oh, you Elohim, know my foolishness, my ulot, right? He says, and my what has not been hidden?
My guilt.
My guilt, right? So what is Dawood saying? Even if you read down, he starts saying, because I have bore reproach for your sake. Shame has covered my face. I have become a stranger to my brothers, a foreigner to my mother's children, because ardor for your house has eaten me up, right? So he's saying that these people are lying on me. They lying. He said, but you know my foolishness. So you know my sins and the things I am guilty of. And you know it's not that.
Right, okay, gotcha.
Right? So in essence, he used that word ulot there, which means you know the things that I was hard-headed against. You said, no, I kept moving. Right? All right, so let's go to chapter 38, verse 5. Same book.
38, verse 5. My wounds have become stinky, festering because of my folly.
Because of what?
My folly. I have been bent down. I have been bowed down very much. All day long I have gone mourning.
So he said, because of what?
My
folly. My rejections, you see what I'm saying? My strong will to reject has caused me many wounds. You see what I'm saying? I've had many problems because of my folly, right? So that's one word. Now, the reason why I'm taking you through that is because everything breeds something else, right? Everything breeds something else. So we got ul, right? Which is, that's in the heart of a child. That's in the heart of a child. We read that, right? Bound up, all in it. So this what is it? Undealt with. There's another word I'm looking to, but this not being paid attention to, you know what I'm saying? It breeds something else. So that's the root. So we go down from that, right? Let's go to Mishle chapter 13. Everything has for every action there's an equal or greater reaction, right? So the reaction of not dealing with this is that it's going to lead to this, right? 13 verse 13, start at 15.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 15. Good understanding gains favor, but the way of the treacherous is hard. Everyone with insight acts with knowledge, but a fool spreads folly.
A fool spreads folly, right? So, ulot, right? That's the word for folly. But the word for fool that they use here, right, is kasil or kasal, right? Ket, samit, lamet, right? Kasal. Now this word means, it means also strong, right? So we got that word that means strong. This word also means strong, but it means fat. And it also means confident. Confident and hope. Strong, fat, confident, and hope. That's what kasal means, right? Now, why would that be a word for a fool? A fool, right, spreads this. Now, how can you spread something? Unless you're full of it.
You full of
So this spreads this.
right.
Right? Now, how would that mean fool? That word, sorry. Or conceal. It has a yod there, so you got Mr. Yod. Conceal. Kaf, Samek, Yod, Lamed. Go ahead.
Wow. Because to be a fool,
Uh-huh.
especially if I'm looking at the word confidence,
Uh-huh.
you know, you could basically say, okay, I have this much, I'm gonna say confidence in myself.
Right.
It can look foolish to someone else,
Right.
or you're just being a foolish person
Uh-huh.
when you out doing a certain thing,
Uh-huh.
and you have confidence in
Uh-huh.
doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how fat is, but I guess that's fat to be large or to engulf certain things in it.
Uh-huh.
But confidence is like, no, man, I can't explain it. It's like having something inside you to make you feel a certain way, to be foolish or to do certain things above the norm. And you have confidence in that what you're doing is totally correct.
Mm-hmm.
So your mind is just there to that point.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead.
Try to put yourself in Salomon's place when he's telling this. He's got the wisdom of the Most High, so he's got a lot of knowledge that comes from the Most High. And what he's recognized is that people don't have that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn certain things along, or we think we learn certain things along the way, but we really don't know what we really learn. And we're full of all of this stuff that we put into us along the way. And we have confidence in things. I mean, today, I talk to say about things I think I know, but when I really start listening, you don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're full of this stuff,
Yeah.
and you got hope in all this stuff that you full of,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start spreading it to other people that's really not. That's why they say it may be good today, but tomorrow it may not be. So it's it's foolishness.
That's right. So what happens when somebody becomes fat biologically? What happens?
Wow.
I mean,
What happens?
The inside, they get CHL, they get also in the outside, sluggish, they slow down. Deals with their inside, their organs.
Yeah.
And then it changes their decision making.
Okay.
Instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna get up 4 o'clock this morning, I'm just gonna hit the snooze 2 more times, and then probably get up by 9, stuff like that, and then start slowing down in life.
Yeah, that can happen. Your body goes through changes, right?
Right.
That it can break boundaries, right?
Okay.
When Maisha got pregnant, she got stretch marks. What's that implication of? The body being pushed to the limits, right? So it's almost like bending, and it still goes along with this word, being confident or being sure, but this one's like, you ever met somebody just ignorant? They're confident, but it's like ignorant. It's like, I can't be beaten. Nobody can beat me. I'm the master. And it's like, you're a fool. You're a fool to think that you're more than what you are. You're a fool to think that you're more than what you are. Or sometimes it's good to have a thought of what you may be, but still not be overly confident in that. You see what I'm saying? So he says that the fool spreads this. So this type of person spreads this. They spread that. So the concealed spreads ooh. That's what they do. So then if you see somebody spreading what people call folly, it's because they might be a what? A concealed. Have you ever seen a brother teaching doctrines that a lot of people are following? And it's like, that is just silly. That don't even make, that's not even based on the scriptures.
Right.
It says a conceal spreads ooh. We in Mishle 13, what was it? 15? 13, 15. So this type of person spreads this. I'm saying this because one, we have to recognize what we're dealing with. Right? You're dealing with a person who's normally spreading this. They're very confident, strong, fat or oversized, filled with themselves, or they even say hope. I like that they use hope for concealed in a sense, because hope is something that could be foolish. It really can. It can go both ways. Hope can be a foolish thing, like, well, I just hope what I'm reading is the truth. And it's like, you don't even have to hope. All you have to do is read a couple other, go a little bit further back, and you'll find that, but hope can be foolish.
In other words, they use advertise.
Advertise. Look at that. Advertise. Yep.
So they going beyond.
Yep. Yeah. Did you get something done on that? Did you see something on that? Outside of what that concealed?
Foolishness, stupidity,
Yep.
silly.
Silly. Yep. So the will to push against or reject instruction, right? Ooh, that's that strength that a child has, that when you tell them to do something, you're giving them instruction, they don't want to do it, right? If that's not stopped, it leads to somebody who's overly confident. Now, have you ever seen an older child? They're not real young, but they're an older child, like a teenager, and how if nobody ever stopped them from being this, they're real confident in dumb stuff when they get older. They just do silly things. It's like, why are you doing that? It's because nobody ever stopped them here. Cause and effect, right? It said, use the rod, drive it out. Now, the rod of correction could be numerous things. It's not just the belt, like some people try to do. Because a shebet, it also means a scepter. And what or a tribe, right? Okay, a tribe or a scepter. So a scepter is like judgments. It's used for judgment. So it's saying that, like, you might ground your child. That's a judgment. Because you see they rejecting, you say you grounded. I told you not to do that. You're gonna remain in here, or I'm gonna take this away from you. You're not gonna be able to do this. That's the type of rod that is talking about. Not just talking the conceal, right? So, what do you think the concealed, full grown, and fully matured leads to? A fully foolish man, right? What do you think that's called? A fully foolish man. A fully foolish man.
Oh, he becomes
A fully foolish fool, right?
Right.
So he becomes
Say that fast 3 times. Fully foolish fool. Right?
He becomes an abon.
The ball. Right. So, a concealed, fully matured, that leads to a ball.
Right.
They ball. Right? So, it starts as a ooh, which is in children, it's in all the immature, the young ones, right? It leads to a conceal, somebody who's gotten fat in that. So they spread that all around, folly, just foolishness, right? And then that, a concealed, fully grown, leads to a nabal. Right? So let's go to Shemuel, Aleph, 25. Right?
So you said it's a car to the, what's the other one? The woman, she's called the what?
The Keva,
which is a lie.
Right.
It becomes a conceal.
Right.
It becomes in the law.
Okay. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I was going to use the situation with the ball and Dawid.
That's
So my eminent domain.
okay. Right. Right.
I need these provisions for my man.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all tied in. Okay. Which would have been a good point too. It's there. Let's go to Shemuel Aleph 25.
The book of Shemuel, commonly called 1 Samuel, chapter 25, verse 1. And Shemuel died, and all Israel gathered and mourned for him, and buried him at his home in Ramah. And David arose and went down into the wilderness of Paran. Now there was a man in Maon, and his work was in Carmel. And the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. And he came to be shearing his sheep in Carmel. And the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding and beautiful. But the man was hard and evil in his doing.
So why do you think he, listen to this story, man. Why do you think he was successful? See what it said? It gave us a clue. It said she was good, had good understanding. Go ahead, I keep.
She was the balance.
Exactly.
He was the extreme.
She's the one that kept his house from going. And so when she separated herself and going, look, my Ish, he's a,
Right.
as we're going to read,
Right.
now the balance left the household. That's why I say a household can function with an evil, with the evil, a Torah situation going. Just like no different than you can survive with a Torah situation going on inside of you.
Right. Okay.
Right? So she was the balance. Let's keep going.
And he was of Caleb. And David heard in the wilderness.
Dang, Caleb. he's one of the sons of Caleb, right? All right.
And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal was shearing his sheep. And David sent 10 young men. And David said to the young men, go up to Carmel, and you shall come to Nabal and greet him in my name. And say this, long life and shalom to you, and shalom to your house, and shalom to all that you have.
Which is how you're supposed to greet.
And now, I have heard that you have shearers. Now your shepherds have been with us. We did not. And now, I have heard that you have shearers. Now your shepherds have been with us. We did not put them to shame. And not a speck of theirs was missing all the days they were in Carmel. Ask your young men and let them inform you. So let young men find favor in your eyes. For we come on a good day. Please give whatever comes to your hand to your servants and to your son David. Verse 9. And verse 9. And when David's young men came, they spoke to Nabal, according to all those words in the name of David, and waited. And Nabal answered David's servants, and said, who is David? And who is the son of Yeshai? There are many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and the fresh meat that I have killed for my shearers, and give it to men from I know not where? So David's young men turned their way, and went back, and came and told him according to all those sayings. And
now what Nabal said, now, was that a unwise statement that he said?
Yes.
Why? Why was it an unwise
It's
statement?
not a true statement anyway.
Okay.
Because David fame out through Israel. Saul killed his thousands, of David killed his tens of thousands. So there couldn't have been nobody that was in Israel or under Saul rulership that didn't know David. That's
Right.
what starts.
It didn't say he didn't know David.
He said, who is this? Said, who is
Okay.
this?
Who is this as in, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I took it as he's saying, like, who is David? Plenty of people have left there, plenty of people, because in their eyes, David wasn't the king. Shaul was the king.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, who is Dawood? And then many servants have left their masters and they said that they, you know.
Right. So either way you're looking at it,
I
he's
understand what
questioning.
you saying.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you saying. too.
Right. Either way you look
Yeah,
at it,
he
he's
knew
questioning.
Right.
He knew who it was.
Yeah.
Either way you look at it, he's questioning Dawood's authorship
Right.
or his ability to hold the whole weight.
Right.
That's either way you look at it. So it was a very unwise thing that he said in
I agree it was unwise, right? But he's just saying many servants leave their masters and then come and try to get food that they didn't escape. So that may be true. He might have had that happen. He was a wealthy man. He might have had servants come like, yeah, my master said. He's like, nah, he ain't come for your master, right?
But notice what Dawid said. Dawid said, actually, young men, have we looked out for them? If anything took place or have you lost anything along the way?
I agree.
So he's telling them, don't take my word for it. Go to your people.
Ask the young
and
man.
ask the people.
Right, so now what would have been unwise? Why would he be unwise?
Because he didn't
investigate.
He didn't investigate, right.
He didn't investigate. He was already given. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. What he said, it made sense. It could have been, but he was a fool because he didn't even go investigate. Oh, okay. He didn't investigate. Right? So he just like, I don't even care to do that because he was full, fat, confident. So he confidently, right? Because remember, comes from this. So he confident was like, nah, get on out of here.
Right.
Right,
Instead of searching it out.
Exactly.
Right.
See, how many of us do that? How many of us did that in the past? Confidently went, oh, that ain't it. No.
Right.
Now we later on, it's like 2018. You're like, yeah, that's got some validity to it, right? All right, keep going.
Verse 13. And Dawid said to his men, let every man gird his sword. And they girded on every man his sword. And Dawid also girded on his sword. And there went up after Dawid about 400 men, and 200 remained with the baggage. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, behold, Dawid sent messengers out of the wilderness to greet our master. And he railed at them. But the men...
So even the servants knew he was stupid, he was foolish.
Well, the servants knew who Dawid was.
Right.
They knew his religion, they knew his authority.
That's the point. That's the point I'm making. Is that they knew him.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If the servants knew, how come the ball on them?
He knew. He was talking smart talk. He was like, who is this Dawood? We don't need it. Then we do that now. Who are you? It's like, you know who the person, you know who they are. Who is he? It's almost like saying, he's not a king. I'm rich.
Right.
He ain't no king. Who is he to me?
Right.
That's what Nabal was that's what I talk about. Confidence, fact, strong. He confidently, strongly, with like a fact. Who is that? I'm not going to starve. I eat.
Right.
Right. He's shearing, paraded. He's shearing sheep. That means money. You see what I'm saying? He good. Right? Go ahead.
And he Nabal railed at them. But the men were very good to us, and we were not insulted, nor did we miss anything.
Right.
All the time we went about with them, when we were in the fields, they were a wall to us both by night and day. All the while we were with them, keeping the sheep.
Now that was Dawid's occupation.
Right.
So of course he's looking out for shepherds. It's like a shepherd looking out for shepherds.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's like, yeah, my guys, make sure they straight. That's told, man. That's told, man.
That's what the king does.
That's what he's saying. He came from the bottom, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The humble. Let me say the humility. But what would be the bottom? The humility. He came from that place. He's like protect him day and night. Keep on.
17. Now, therefore, know and consider what you will do. For evil is determined against our master, and against all his households. For he is such a base below, that no man can speak to him. Then Abigail...
It says, he's such a son of Belial. This is what the church...
Right.
Now, Belial means virtuousness.
Base
Right?
below.
Base below. The ball, this word, the ball, it means to fade away.
Wow.
So once this is fully matured, you reach a level of you're fading away now. and it means like fade, like leaves fading away. Like you're on your way out of here. Go ahead, Iman.
And how bad he had to be that the servant can come to
Right.
the mistresses. If we have a servant and the servant comes, you know how big a fool your husband is?
Yeah,
It's like,
huh?
You're out here.
Right, you the fool,
But
right.
the servant was able to come to her
Right.
and speak to her
Right.
that directly.
Right.
Because she knew.
They probably would have escaped, which is probably why he's like, plenty of servants have escaped their masters. Because they probably like, look, man, she the only thing keeping this house together. She's the only reason why we're still here. It's heavy what a woman, the power of an Isha Khail in your house. Now that's a whole nother story.
But with that, that's a good point. But with that too, he was talking about Dawid escaping Shaul, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. He's just saying plenty of servants escape their masters.
His servants too.
Right, exactly. So and he might have dealt with the same situation as his servant leaving his house because of being mistreated. They like, man, he's such a son of a... Now, that's how I know those that they're us. Because we be doing that on the job all the time. That blowing he ain't nothing but an idiot. That boss, what we say about our bosses, you know what I'm saying? But to me, the conversation they had was like, he ain't nothing but an old worthless son of Billy All. You know what I'm saying? I mean...
That's so
Ufaki, as he say, Ufaki. He a Ufaki. All right, keep going.
Let's see. For he is such a base below that no man can speak to him.
No man can speak to him. What do you get when you... Have you ever met a fool? We see it all the time, but we just gotta bring this... A fool, you can't even talk to him. It's like, this guy's such an idiot, I can't even speak with him. That's what they're saying about Nabal. He's such a base below, we can't even talk to this guy. Keep on.
Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine. 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready prepared. And 5 measure of parched corn and 100 of clusters of raisins, and 200 cakes of figs, and laid them on donkeys. And she said to her servants, go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband, Nabal.
Right.
And it was so, as she rode on the donkey, that she came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, Dawid and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now Dawid was saying, surely in vain I have guarded all that this fellow has in the wilderness, so that nothing of his possessions was missing. And he has rendered me evil for good. So and more also do Elohim to the enemies of Dawid. If I leave alive of all his people by the morning light, so much as a single man. And when Abigail saw Dawid, she hastened and descended from the donkey, and fell before Dawid on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, upon me, my master, upon me, let this iniquity be, and let your handmaid, I pray you, speak in your ears, and hear the words of your handmaid. Let not my master, I pray you, take heed of this worthless fellow, Nabal. For as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him.
I'm gonna read this in Hebrew, right? It says, Ki Keshmu Cain Hu Nabal Shemu. We Nabal Nabala Amu Wa'ani Amateka Lo Re'ati. Right? So it's interesting how it says it's like his name, you know what I'm saying, affirmed, you know what I'm saying, he is Nabal. He is this. You know what I'm saying? That is his name. And Nabalah, so Nabalah is like, it's saying foolish, but it's like I want to think of a synonym for that. with him. So it's like saying foolish, it's like his name and foolishness is a move with him. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, you say Yahweh Imka or something like that. It's like, it's with him. Just like his name, it's with him. It's got, she was just like giving it all, you know. So I'm not gonna go no further. But you know, that's my lesson of the week. It was like the ulat leads to the kasil, which leads to the nabal. And with the nabal, we know what happened. There was nothing else that could be done with him other than what? Most I said he's gonna die. Dawid was gonna kill him, but Dawid prayed and said, "Thank you for Abigail. I was gonna kill this man because he was worthless." And then the Most High just got rid of him in 10 days.
Not only was he gonna kill the ball,
Yeah, he's gonna kill everybody.
All of them.
Dawid was gonna go crazy in there. So he ended up, you know, and the ball is like, man, we can't now. The thing is that just like Dawid said, you know the foolishness of my heart. When Dawid said, you know the foolishness of my own heart and my guilt, is that you can't, just because you're not totally ulat, that folly in you can become kasil, fat, and then you can become a fool in that. You know what I'm saying? It can consume you till you become a fool. So, you know, it's just something to meditate on, and then also to understand why it's important to make sure that we're not allowing our children to be ulat. You know, just willy-nilly ulat. And not to say don't let them be children, don't allow them to reject, to push against the instructions of the Torah. We cannot allow that. Because if you allow that, cause and effect, this leads to the kasil, which now they're overly confident, silly, and just, you're like, and then at the end result could be a nabal, which is just believe worthless, base level, whatever they want to call you, you basic is what they say. You just, there's no good use for you. And the only reason that those people are still around is because somewhere they got somebody that's keeping them alive, like an Abigail. That's the only reason those people even here. Somewhere somebody with wisdom is around them. You know, you got people on the wage nuclear war, just silly, just like, relax. Yeah, we know you got nuclear bombs, relax. You know, but if they don't have somebody around them doing that, they can start a nuclear war on Earth. Just fools, man. We got fools in different places. So that's all I wanted to just, give to you today is that we got to pay attention to the process of things, cause and effect. Folly is bound in the heart of a child, or I would even use the immature. And we're all immature in some levels, in some ways, where that folly is in our heart, but we got to get that rod of correction, drive it out of us. Or we end up being concealed, then we end up being, as you see a lot of grown people, you know. So just meditate, recognize the level. Like I said, if you see somebody spreading this, then you know that they're this. That's how they spread that. You know, so, any questions? All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Adon.
I pray Shabbat Shalom. I pray Shabbat Shalom. All right.